All right, so I took you guys through my morning hydration protocol. I'm now going to take you guys through how I make my intra workout shake. I make this 4 days a week. My 2 training days on Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends. I like this because, like I said, I feel like it really helps me stay hydrated. I feel like it keeps me fueled during my workouts, which aids in my performance. And then kind of kickstarts the recovery process with some of the stuff that I got in here. So let's just dive into this. Starting off, coconut water. I'll be honest, man, not the biggest fan of coconut water, but it's got a boatload of potassium, which we really need, especially as athletes. It does have a little bit of sodium in there, but primarily potassium, which is what we're after. And coconut water also helps aid in the absorption of other nutrients and other electrolytes that we're putting in our system. So adding in things like carbohydrates and amino acids, as you guys will see, really helps aid in the absorption of all that during my workout, which is only going to help push a lot of that stuff into my bloodstream a lot sooner. Come here, mister. Come here. Got to pay the tax man his ice. There you go. Typical salt. Going with my 2,000 milligrams of sodium, 2,000 milligrams of potassium blend here. Again, $3, cheap, sodium, potassium, buy it at Walmart. Do not neglect your electrolytes, people. This is so important, especially in or around training. So the next, we got the glutamine. Like I said, a lot of this is really simple, comparative, very similar to my morning electrolyte drink. We still got the glutamine, still got the creatine. Like I said, glutamine is going to help with that recovery process. And also getting some in on an empty stomach is going to help with some gut health stuff. So glutamine is a fire supplement that you should be taking. And then again, creatine, just simple creatine monohydrate, 10 grams of this. I've been taking 15 grams, like I said in my other video, because some studies are coming out to where they're starting to show intaking or increasing your creatine intake to between 15 and 40 grams a day, I think is what I've been reading, can really enhance the cognitive benefits of creatine. It gets it into your system, and so it then not only helps aid in the muscle recovery and performance process, but then it starts to, like I said, really enhance the cognitive benefits that creatine offers. Next is essential amino acids. If you are an early morning trainee and you really don't like to eat, or maybe you just have something small like some carbs, I would recommend throwing in an essential amino acid supplement into your either morning electrolyte drink or your intra workout, as getting in your essential amino acids is going to help spark the muscle protein synthesis, and it's going to get you in a more anabolic state earlier in the day instead of waiting until after your workout. So this is a really great tool if you are an early morning trainee like myself. So last but not least, we are going to add in a little bit of dextrose powder for some carbohydrates. So I go with 10 grams of amino acids, and then about, I think this is like technically 18 grams of carbs. We'll round up and call her 20. So that is the gist of my morning, or my intra workout shake that I consume 4 days a week. We got the salt and potassium, so we got our electrolytes, coconut water for a little bit of extra potassium. We got our carbohydrates, we got our amino acids, and then we have our creatine as well as our glutamine. And we'll top this off with a little bit of water and a flavoring packet. So this is how I stay hydrated and fueled during my workouts. I highly recommend that you guys give this a try. I really like doing it this way instead of buying a supplement because, in my opinion, you get to control the amount of whatever you're putting in there. You know, a lot of supplements, in my opinion, I have a gripe with a lot of, especially electrolyte supplements, but supplements in general. A lot of the times they don't always have the amount of whatever they say they have in their products. Unless they're third party tested, you never really know if what you're getting is what you're getting, or at least in the amount that they say. And then B, a lot of them are just highly underdosed. We need a lot of electrolytes. We need a lot of other stuff in our bodies during our workouts and pre and post, to aid in the recovery process as well as enhancing our performance. And I think a lot of supplements just put the minimally effective dose. And even then, like I said, you just don't know if you're even getting that much. So like I said, I like to do it this way because I can control how much I'm putting in my drink. So it fits me and my needs. And like I said, it keeps me fueled and performing at a high level. So I highly recommend that you guys give this a try sometime.